Hey, what's going on, guys? How you guys doing today? And before we get started on this video, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Thunder for letting me upload to this community channel, and I think it's a great thing that he does for the community here, and let's get into it. The gameplay seeing on the screen here is a 43 and 5 with the K and 44 with the beautiful monochrome camo that I picked up from the supply drop the other day, and I did get a quad feed in this game, so look out for that, and it is all with the K and 44, and I hope you guys do enjoy that during the video. And the topic I wanted to talk about today is, why is Treyarch lying to us? As you all know, Treyarch has been one of mine at least, my most faithful developer. They have given us World at War, Black Ops, Black Ops 2, three of them. I didn't play World at War, but Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 were easily my most favorite CODs ever. And I have so much respect for Treyarch, and the fact that they're lying to us this much is really starting to make me lose my respect for them, you know? And the first lie that they have done is, the one that I know of anyway, is before the game came out, as you saw in the intro clip, they told us that there would be no supply drops in this game whatsoever. Since most of the community did not like supply drops, they figured, well, why don't we just not put them in the game, right? Well, we won't have as much backlash from them. And they should have kept it that way, but nope. What did they do? Right when the game comes out, they add them. And I guarantee you, Activision was just hounding on the back of their necks, being like, Treyarch, you need to add them. You need to add them. And then Vondi's like, no, dude, it's gonna ruin the game. Everyone's gonna hate us for it. Vondi, add them, and then tell everyone that it's gonna be cosmetic only. And Von Har's like, all right, we'll go with it. All right. So then they come out and say that supply drops will be cosmetic only. And then what did they do? They add in the NX Shadow Claw, the MX Grand, and all these other weapons, and they just go on their word. And it's almost like they treat us like peasants, you know? Like, I don't know if that makes sense to any of you guys, but they treat us like peasants. Like, oh, we don't care if we're losing our trust in y'all. We're just gonna lie to you and say whatever sounds good, you know? Say whatever you guys want to hear, and then we'll go back on our word later. And they're not only lying to us about supply drops, they're also lying to us about weapon buffs and weapon nerfs and hotfixes in the game, because they come out with those like every few days, it feels like. And have you guys noticed that the Weevil feels a ton better than it did in the beta, or even since the game launched? It's because they have buffed it, but you know what, they don't come out and tell us this stuff until much later, and as the consumer, we spend the money. We're the reason you guys are in business, and therefore we deserve to know what's happening with the game, what's changing, because at the end of the day, we're the ones who fund you guys. And not only that, what happened in the good old days whenever you could just release the game where everything's fixed and you don't have to just release a sloppy game and rely on hotfixes and patches later? That's what I hate about the community now. People just put out unfinished games, and then they're like, oh, whatever, we'll just lie to the community, say it's all good, and then we'll fix it all with hot patches and whatnot. And it's just, they need to stop being so lazy and just get on it. I know the Black Ops 3 did have a beta, and that did fix most of the issues, but still, all this lying stuff that Treyarch has been doing to us and treating us like we're not important to them really needs us. And for my second part of this topic of this video, I wanted to talk about COD 2016. And it may seem a bit early to be talking about the next Call of Duty game, but it really isn't, and we should be thinking of ideas for the next COD now, because they still have time to develop this stuff, and I guarantee you guys the next game will have a beta after the success of the Black Ops 3 one. Guaranteed. That raises the pre-order sales so much. And so for the next COD, do you guys think it should be boots on the ground, or will it be? Not should it be, like we have any say, right? Do you guys think it'll be boots on the ground, or do you think it'll be somewhere between Black Ops 3 and AW? Because let's face it, AW's movement was way too chaotic for anyone to control. It was just, you know, kangaroos flying all over the map, and it felt like you were in the middle of the safari, right? Everyone's just bouncing all around, you couldn't hit anyone, your shot was going crazy, you get shot in the back, crazy maps. Yeah, that too chaotic, you know? We do not want that again. At least with Black Ops 3, they kept their 3-lane design, and they made it predictable. They made you actually think about how you're using your exo movements. Like, you have to, because you have the little meter right there in the middle, right? As you can probably see in this gameplay, where whenever you jump up, it goes down, and you have to time it right. You can't just be exo movement all over the place, you know, like you can in AW. And even with the wall running feature, it just doesn't feel as chaotic. It feels a lot more tamed and controlled, which is definitely a good thing. We do not want another Call of Duty chaotic warfare. That is not what we want. Man, just thinking about that game gives me a headache. I mean, I like the game personally, but it was really frustrating at times. Now, what do you guys think? I personally think that Infinity Ward is on their last leg, and they're gonna go back to boots on the ground just to get people happy. I guarantee you at this point they're trying to do anything just to get people hyped up for the game. Because let's face it, MW3 and Ghost were no bueno. They were terrible games in my opinion. I probably have less than 2 days played on both of them combined. I did not enjoy them whatsoever. They were bland, boring maps, and this is probably the only way that people are gonna come back and love and get hyped for the game. And another thing to think about, guys, and think about this, just close your eyes. Imagine you're watching the trailer for the next Call of Duty game and you see that it's called Call of Duty Ghost 2. Now, would you be excited? No, just don't even try and lie to yourself. You would not be excited. You would probably be slamming your mouse and probably going back to Black Ops 3 for a second year, honestly. So I think that they should name it Modern Warfare 4 or just something totally different. Because if they do Modern Warfare 4, that'll get most of the old vets who may have quit because of the crazy exo movement and get them